The massive LED screen at Asia's Got Talent Philippines in Manila glows with energy as the next performer's name appears, Rafael "Rafi" Cruz, a 21-year-old musician from Cebu City. The crowd claps politely as he walks in, carrying a wooden tabla under one arm and a microphone in his other hand. He looks shy but confident, his eyes shining with quiet determination. The judges look curious. Simon Cowell, Ong Gun, and David Foster exchange intrigued glances. Simon leans forward. "What's your talent, Rafael?" he asks in his crisp tone. Rafi grins. "Sir Simon, I'll be rapping, singing, and playing tabla, all at the same time." A soft laugh rises from the audience. Even Simon raises an eyebrow. "All three?" he repeats. Rafi nods. "Yes, sir. I want to show the world something new, the sound of the Philippines with the rhythm of the East." The lights dim. A blue spotlight centers on Rafi. He sits cross-legged on the stage, adjusts the tabla, and closes his eyes. The first gentle taps echo around the hall, deep, melodic beats that blend with the air. The crowd falls silent. His rhythm builds slowly, the beats forming a hypnotic pulse. Then, with one sharp strike, Rafi opens his eyes, brings the mic close, and begins. His voice flows like poetry, confident and rhythmic. The audience senses something extraordinary unfolding. Even Simon, known for his stone-cold expressions, looks intrigued. He crosses his arms but can't hide a faint smile. Nobody in that studio realizes that within minutes, this young Filipino will make Got Talent history with a performance no one could have imagined. The tabla beats grow faster, precise, powerful, full of life. Rafi's fingers dance effortlessly, switching between deep bass tones and crisp slaps. Then, without warning, he begins to rap in Taglish, a flawless mix of Tagalog and English that reflects his culture and modern flair. "Laban lang, kaya't maharap. Walang impossible kung may pangarap." His words are raw yet hopeful. The rhythm controls the room, each syllable perfectly in sync with his hands. The judges lean closer. Ong Gun whispers, "He's not missing a beat." The crowd begins to nod along. Some stand, clapping softly to the rhythm. Rafi moves from rapping to singing, his voice smooth and soulful, a melody about dreams rising from the streets of Cebu. The tabla never stops, weaving emotion beneath his lyrics. The blend of hip-hop energy and classical tabla rhythm creates something no one's heard before. The camera zooms in on Simon's face, surprise replaces skepticism. "He's actually doing it," Simon mutters, almost to himself. The entire hall pulses with the beat. Rafi's voice grows stronger, his words telling a story of a boy who struggled to survive poverty, who found music as his escape. His passion spills through every note. By the time he transitions back to his rap verse, the crowd is clapping in rhythm with him. Even security guards at the side of the stage are tapping their feet. The tabla's rhythm rises to a fever pitch, Rafi's hands move faster than the eye can follow. The sound is electric, ancient, and modern all at once. The music stops being just performance, it becomes spirit. The audience doesn't just hear him, they feel him. Simon leans back, shaking his head in awe. This kid, he's unreal. As Rafi transitions to another verse, Simon can't look away. "That's not just talent, that's genius," he murmurs. Ong Gun nods, eyes wide. He's rewriting what performance means. The crowd roars louder, drawn into the hypnotic blend of beats and words. Every strike of the tabla feels like thunder, every lyric hits the heart. Rafi's voice lifts, singing. From the streets of Cebu, I rise. With every beat, I touch the skies. A camera pans over the audience, people are swaying, phones raised high to capture the once-in-a-lifetime moment. In the corner, a young boy in the crowd mimics Rafi's drumming with his hands on his lap, completely inspired. The music softens, Rafi's voice becomes tender. This is for every Filipino dreamer, he says softly. For those who think they have nothing, music can make you everything. Simon's face changes, he looks genuinely moved. His usual poker face softens into admiration. He's real, Simon says to David. Authentic. No gimmicks. The judges exchange silent nods. It's clear that Rafi has gone beyond just a performance, he's touching hearts. As Rafi hits a perfect transition, blending rap, song, and tabla rhythm seamlessly, Simon can't help but smile broadly. He leans toward his mic and says, "This is why I love this show." The crowd cheers wildly at Simon's words. Rafi smiles mid-beat, proud but humble. The music continues, stronger than ever. In that moment, it's not about fame or competition anymore, it's about art, passion, and the sound of a Filipino heart echoing across the world. The tempo shifts. Rafi slows down the rhythm, his fingers moving gently now, soft, heartbeat-like taps on the tabla. The lights dim into a warm golden glow. He begins to sing, not as a performer, but as a storyteller. His voice trembles with feeling. He tells a story through his lyrics, about growing up in a small home in Cebu City, where music was the only escape from hardship. About his mother who worked 2 jobs, his father who sold instruments on the street, and how he learned tabla from an Indian neighbor who became his mentor. Every sound, he says between verses, carries a memory. Every beat, a dream. The audience listens in complete silence. Some wipe tears from their eyes. The judges are motionless, absorbed in his every word. Ongun leans forward, her voice trembling. This is beautiful. Simon looks at Rafi with deep respect now. The boy who walked in with a strange drum has turned into a symbol of hope. Rafi's singing swells into a high note. Long, powerful, and emotional. It feels like he's pouring out his entire life through that one line. When it ends, he lets the sound fade naturally, leaving only the echo of his tabla heartbeat behind. The audience explodes into applause, not for showmanship, but for truth. Rafi looks up, eyes wet, breathing heavily. The emotion in the room is real, no one expected this kind of performance from a rapper with a drum. Simon whispers, "That's soul. That's raw, human soul." And as the applause grows louder, Rafi smiles humbly and whispers to himself, "Para sa Pilipinas." Rafi wipes his forehead, then nods toward the crowd. "You ready?" he shouts. The audience screams back. Suddenly, the tabla beats quicken again, powerful, precise, unstoppable. Rafi launches into his final rap verse, this time faster, more intense. His hands blur over the tabla, 2, 3 beats per second, perfectly synced with his words. The stage lights explode in a storm of red and gold, pulsing with every rhythm. His rap tells the story of triumph, from nothing to something, from dream to fame. He raps about faith, unity, and the strength of Filipino youth. The energy is contagious. Everyone in the hall is standing now, clapping and shouting along. Simon stands up mid-performance, smiling ear to ear. "Unbelievable," he exclaims. The judges start to dance lightly to the rhythm. Even the show hosts backstage are jumping to the beat. Raffi ends with one final sequence. Both hands strike the tabla in a perfect rolling thunder of sound. Then silence. He lifts his hands slowly into the air, breathing heavily. The lights freeze on him. For 2 seconds, there's complete silence. Then the crowd explodes, a standing ovation that lasts nearly a full minute. Simon claps above his head. Ongun covers her mouth, emotional. David Foster leans toward Simon and says, "That's history right there." Raffi looks around, overwhelmed. He smiles and whispers, "Maraming Salamat pa." The entire studio chants his name, Raffi. 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 It's more than applause, it's national pride. The cheers slowly quiet down as Simon reaches for his mic. He stands up, still clapping. "Raffi," he says with a grin, "I've seen thousands of auditions in my life, but I've never seen someone sing, rap, and play an instrument at the same time with that level of emotion and control." The crowd cheers again. Simon continues, "What you just did, it's not just talent, it's innovation. You didn't follow music. You created it." Raffi's eyes shine with tears. The judges one by one give him standing ovations. Ongun says, "That performance reminded me of why music connects us all, culture, rhythm, emotion, you had everything." David Foster adds, "That was musical genius. You built an entire orchestra out of one drum and your voice." Raffi bows deeply, overwhelmed. The audience begins chanting again. Simon looks down at his golden buzzer and smiles mischievously. "Raffi," he says softly, "I think you already know what's coming." He slams the golden buzzer. Golden confetti rains from the ceiling as the theme music swells. Raffi covers his face, overcome with emotion. The judges stand, clapping and cheering. The audience roars so loud the entire studio vibrates. Simon walks up to the stage, shakes Raffi's hand, and says, "You didn't just perform, you changed the game. The world will remember this." As the camera pans out, we see Raffi kneeling amid the falling gold confetti, holding his tabla close, tears streaming down his face. From the streets of Cebu City to the grand stage of Asia's Got Talent, a young Filipino rapper has made history, by proving that music has no limits, no borders, and no rules, only heart.